Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way. You're watching the 9 p.m. news on SOM TV, the pulse of the nation. You can also follow us on Facebook at SOM TV and catch all the action live on YouTube at SOM TV Live. On the news tonight, Tinubu Commission Lafia flyover renamed in his honor as federal government launches dual certification in 15 colleges of education in Nigeria. Acrisel sponsors solar borehole brings relief to Jalingo community as EU and UNICEF back return of Benue IDPs. As PDP reinstates Senator Anyao as international secretary, it has cancelled the scheduled NEC meeting over irregularities with party leaders relying behind controversial decision on international news. Israel declares Iranian banks military firm on terror groups after ceasefire. On business news, AFCFTA pushes Africa towards $712 billion digital trade market by 2037. On entertainment news, fire slams Nigerians' electricity while sport damage mental health crisis in entertainment. And on sport news, federal government finally allocate houses to 1994 Super Eagles 31 years after AFCON victory. I am Teresa Yupaduse, and now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu today officially commissioned the Lafia flyover and underpass in Nasarawa State, which Governor Abdullahi Sule has renamed the Asewojo Bola Ahmed Tinubu's interchange in the president's honor. The 1-kilometer dual carriageway aligned with Tinubu's renewed hope agenda was funded entirely by the state government without taking loans. During the ceremony, Tinubu praised Governor Sule's focus on the impactful infrastructure that directly benefits residents. Security measures were highlighted across Lafia, including road closure and vehicle diversion, as the city prepared for President's visit.
Your Excellency, this is the first project that you are going to commission for us, sir. It is actually a combination of an underpass and a flyover covering 1 kilometer. To fund it 100%, and we have paid off 100%.
Hello, sir?
All without borrowing 1 naira because of your own reforms that we have been able to do that in a state like Nasarawa. For that reason, we name it Bola Ahmed Tinubu Exchange. Thank you.
Your Excellency, thank you very much. Your Excellencies, all the governors here present, members of the state executive of Nasarawa State present, the House of Assembly members here present. It is a great honor for me to be here, feeling at home, feeling very welcome, and to inaugurate this project. And salute the prudent management of resources, commitment to value given by the governor of our dear state. Thank you very much. May God bless the state. I therefore commission the project. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu Interchange, commissioned by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Today, Wednesday, 25th June, 2025. God be the glory.
The European Union and UNICEF have pledged support for the return of internal displaced persons from Yelwata and other Benue communities affected by Heda's attack. During a visit to an emergency camp in Makurdi, EU Ambassador Greta McNaught and UNICEF country representative Christine Mondouat affirmed their commitment to peace building and community rehabilitation. McNaught emphasized dialogue as key to lasting peace, while Mondouat highlighted efforts to restore health facilities, schools, and water resources. The Benue State government welcomed the support, assuring displaced residents of a safe return of their homes and farms. The federal government has begun implementing a dual certificate program in 15 approved federal colleges of education, allowing them to award both the Nigerian Certificate in Education (NCE) and bachelor's degrees in education. The initiative, backed by legislation signed by President Bola Tinubu, aims to boost teachers' training quality and enrollment. Admission under the new system will begin in the 2025/2026 academic session. Officials confirmed that the colleges are working with the National Universities Commission to ensure a smooth rollout, while efforts are also underway to improve lecturer welfare and review academic standards. Access to clean water remains a pressing need in many rural communities across Nigeria, but for residents of Angwan Bayari in Jalingo local government area, that challenge is beginning to ease, thanks for a new solar-powered borehole commission under the Agroclimate Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape AgriCell project. Lilian Yakubu completes the report.
In a big move to improve water access, the Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape AgriCell project has installed a solar-powered borehole in Angwan Baraya, a community in Jalingo local government area. The system uses solar energy and stores water in a high steel tank, making clean water available all the time. The project has now been officially handed over to the Jalingo Local Government Council. Mr. Emmanuel Nika, team lead of the Agroclimatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape, ACRISAL, said the organization will continue to assist with the supervision and support. He also mentioned that more boreholes are planned for other communities.
The secret behind ACRISAL is that if this borehole is properly used, I remember the last time I was here, Your Highness, you were requesting for more because of the population. If you use it very well, ACRISAL is ready to give you more, provided you use it judiciously.
Speaking on behalf of the local government, Mr. Nathaniel Peter Tani, Vice Chairman of Jalingo Local Government Area, who represented his boss, thanked ACRISAL and Governor Agbu Kefas for the important project. He promised that the council will maintain the borehole and ensure every household benefits from it.
I want to thank His Excellency once again for embracing the developmental project that will have direct bearing to the life of a common man. In fact, they have done a very good thing to our community, and they have been doing a good thing all over Taraba. So may God continue to bless them.
Amen.
The traditional institution of the area also gave its full support. His Royal Highness Alhaji Tukul Abbas Tukur said this is one of the best projects the community has received. He pledged to protect it and called for more boreholes to serve other nearby areas.
Milestone in the history of this area, or this community. We are celebrating the handover of a project, and that is one of our biggest gift by the government of Taraba State through the ACRISAL Taraba State. We are particularly happy and touched by this wonderful gesture. Even though before then, when the borehole was dug, already we put in place a committee that will mine the project to safeguard because of the intruders. Because report has reached us in some community, there are theft. Our youth, or whatever you call them, they have been tampering with the ground force. That's the pump. So we immediately put in place a committee that will mine the existence of this project, because it's a project that I have said has a direct bearing to our community.
With a strong support from community leaders and a signed agreement in place, this solar-powered water project brings hope, health and daily comfort to the people of Angwan Baraya. Lilian Yakubu, reporting for Some TV.
MultiChoice Nigerian has cut the price of DSTV decoder from 20,000 naira to 10,000 to boost subscription. Customers who have paid their current subscription in full between June 16 and July 31, 2025 will get a free upgrade to the next package. The move follows a major drop in subscribers, with Nigerian accounting for most of the 1.8 million losses recorded across Africa from 2023 to 2025. The company blames inflation, power outage, and fuel shortage, along with recent price hike for the decline. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has confirmed receiving 110 applications from associations seeking registration as political parties. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu disclosed these on Wednesday, stating that the application are being processed in accordance with the law and the Commission regulation. He added that all but 6 recent submissions have been acknowledged and urged interest groups to consult the 2022 guidelines on the INEC website. The Commission has also released a full list of the applicants, including their proposal names, acronyms, and content details. Senator Samuel Anyanwu has been officially directed to resume duties as the National Secretary of the People Democratic Party, PDP, with immediate effect. The announcement was made by the acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Iliya Damagum, during a press briefing at the party's national secretariat in Wadata Plaza on June 25, 2025. He was joined by the key party figures, including Bauchi State Governor Bala Muhammad and former Senate President Bukola Saraki. Damagum described the decision as difficult but ultimately supported by the major party organs. He also announced the cancellation of the proposed 100th National Executive Chairman NEC meeting due to constitutional irregularities, stating that an expanded national census meeting will now hold on June 30th.
Anyanwu is resuming as the National Secretary. I think that's the most important thing. We have no option but to abide by the decision. After due consultation and everything, we thought it's a bitter pill, but we have to swallow it. Whether I want to use this opportunity to call on all our party faithful to know that it was a difficult decision, but survival of the party is more than all of us, more than everything that you feel that you yearn for.
In a related development, the National Working Committee, NWC, of the People Democratic Party, PDP, has dismissed claims that Senator Samuel Anyanwu has been reinstated as the party's national secretary, as sustaining that no such decision has been made by any recognized organ of the party. In a statement signed by 11 key NWC members on Wednesday, the committee described the announcement by the acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Damagum, as lacking constitutional backing and contrary to the resolution of the party's 99th National Executive Committee, NEC, meeting. The NWC clarified that the 99th NEC meeting had explicitly referred all matters relating to the office of the National Secretary to the forthcoming 100th NEC meeting, scheduled for Monday, 30th June 2025. It maintained that no individual group or party organ, including the NWC itself, has the authority to cancel or vary decision reached by the NEC, which remains the party's highest decision-making organ after the National Convention. The community also insists the NEC meeting has not been cancelled or postponed, and that any contrary statement is misleading and not in line with the party's constitution. The former Labour Party president candidate Peter Obi has condemned the alleged unlawful demolition of his youngest brother's company property in Ikeja, Lagos, calling it reflection of growing lawlessness in Nigeria. In a statement shared on social media, Obi recounted receiving a frantic call about the demolition, only to find the site already razed and guarded by security personnel. He said no court order or demolition permit was presented, and the court judgment cited was issued against unknown squatters. Obi criticized the action as coordinated impunity and warned that such disgraceful of law discourages both local and foreign investment. As of his visit, no official had taken responsibilities for the demolition. In a bid to expand the government house Jalingo, the governor of Taraba State, Dr. Abu Kefers, has inaugurated the committee for acquisition of properties surrounding the premises. The governor also received reports from the state delegation that went to Kenya on a tea and coffee production study tour. Some TV correspondent files in the report.
The essence of the Committee for the Acquisition of Surrounding Properties around the Government House Jalingo, set up by the Governor Dr. Abu Kefers, is to ensure smooth expansion of the Government House to ease administration and enhance security of the environment. Speaking at the inauguration of the committee, Dr. Abu Kefers said the Government House, being the seat of power, should not be congested or encroached, as it will undermine the security of the environment. According to him, rather than relocating and acquiring new land elsewhere, the government opted to expand its existing premises. Dr. Abu Kefers mandated the committee to recover all government-owned properties in and around the government house and ensure proper documentation. He also mandated the committee to initiate and guide a peaceful acquisition of the properties adjacent to the government house. He said the idea is not a witch hunt nor a political tool, but driven by the urge for progress. He urged the committee to work with integrity and ensure the assignment did not turn into harassment.
This committee, therefore, has two core mandates. One, to recover all government-owned properties in and around the government house and ensure their proper documentation and protection. Two, to initiate and guide the peaceful acquisition of adjacent properties for the future expansion of the government house precinct in line with modern urban planning, security considerations, and executive needs. This effort is not about witch hunting, neither is it a political tool. It is a state-building effort, inspired by the need to plan ahead, secure state assets, and reposition our executive infrastructure for the present and for generations to come.
On the report submitted by an 11-man committee that visited Kenya Tea Factory, the governor said the First Lady of Nigeria has indicated interest in supporting the state to rebrand the Highland tea to gain global attention. He said the report submitted will be studied to reposition the state tea factory.
This report will not be shared. I am directing the relevant ministries like the Ministry of Agriculture, Commerce and Environment to immediately begin to review the report for implementation.
Earlier, the Speaker of Taraba State House of Assembly, Right Honorable John Kizito Bonzena, who led the 11-man committee, suggested the development of the tea and coffee value chain foster strategic alliance and collaboration with Kenya and other countries to develop the state's tea factory and ensure its expansion, among other recommendations.
The visit provided valuable insights into Kenyan tea and coffee production, processing and marketing. The report therefore documents the delegation's key observations, findings, takeaways and recommendations for the development of Taraba State tea and coffee value chain.
Also in his remarks, the chairman of the Recovery Committee, the former governor of Taraba State, Reverend Joe Linyami, appreciated the governor for finding him worthy of the assignment and pledged to do the assignment with the highest sense of responsibility.
If there is anything we can do, or I can do, let me also speak on behalf of my brother, Armayahu, because he's my junior brother, my former deputy governor. Whatever we can do to assist you in whatever capacity, if you call us any day, any time, we will do. We don't have any other state apart from Taraba. Politics aside, religion aside, we have to develop Taraba State. A Christian will be a governor, a Muslim can be a governor, an atheist can be a governor, but Taraba remains our own state.
The occasion was attended by top government functionaries in Jalingo, Hassan Garba,
More than 100 people were reported killed on Monday in a first-gun battle between fighters loyal to notorious bandit leader Bello Turji and members of the Zamfara Civilian Protection Guard near Sida village in Shinkafi local government area. The CPG, joined by the Borno civilian JTF and led by repentant bandit Bashir Manio, launched an unsanctioned mission to capture Turji. However, Turji reported alert in advance, mobilized over 1,000 armed men. The clash lasted several hours without security forces' intervention. While Turji narrowly escaped, over 100 of his men were killed alongside more than 20 CBG members, including Manio. State officials confirmed that the incident but said investigations were ongoing to determine the exit casualty figures. Stakeholders of All Progressive Congress APC in Ibadan Outer City Zone have urged Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde to prioritize responsible use of state resources, criticizing the plan of 63.5 billion naira renovation of the Agodi Government House and 14.3 billion naira for airport landing equipment. In a communique issue, after their quarterly meeting, the group accused the governor of financial recklessness despite high federal allocation and raising internal generated revenue. They also highlighted the state debt burden of about 500 billion naira. The meeting, attended by key APC leaders and Senator Yunus Akintunde, include calls for party unity ahead of the 2027 election. Vice President Kashim Shettima has said Nigerian in expressing a quiet but determined transformation under President Bola Tinubu's administration, marked by reform in market institutions and policies. Speaking at the Nigerian-Brazil Business Forum in Abuja, Shettima highlighted Nigeria's growing partnership with Brazil in agriculture, energy, trade, and infrastructure. He noted that Nigeria's energy transition and agriculture investment reflect a shared vision with Brazil, urging both nations to deepen collaboration. Brazil Vice President Geraldo Alckmin reaffirms commitment to the boosting trade and innovation, citing the Green Imperative initiative as a model for cooperation. Nigerian officials also emphasized the country's drive to attract investments through streamlined policies and digital platforms. The Gombe state government has taken significant steps to address workers' welfare and boost official sector, following key decisions reached at the 48th meeting of the State Executive Council. Some TV Kamal Hamajo reports.
Gombe State Executive Council at its 48th city approved the payment of outstanding gratuities covering the year 2021 to 2023. The council also approved the settlement of entitlement for the staff of the defunct Gombe State Investment and Properties Development Company. This was revealed by the Commissioner for Finance and Economic Development, Honorable Muhammad Gambo Magaji, during a press briefing after the meeting.
If we recall, the commendable and effort and the dedication of this administration in ensuring that the well-being of our elder statesmen are taken care of, His Excellency, since coming into office in 2019, has continued to pay backlogs of gratuities that he inherited. For the state government, we have today, up to this year, paid gratuities from 2014 to 2020. And today's approval is for the payment of 2021, 22, and 23, which will mean that he has also paid gratuities for his first tenure in office. So for 2021, we will be paying 1.952 billion. For 2022, we'll be paying 2.267 billion, and for 2023, 2.342 billion. So a total of 6.563 billion will be paid as gratuities claims for the years 2021, 2022, and 2023. Second memo was to appraise us of the conclusion of the winding up of the Gombe Investment and Property Development Company. You recall last year, sometime last year, we got approval to wind down the company and move the businesses and assets of the company to 4 other entities. The second leg is the entitlements of the staff who have left the service of the company. So Council has approved the payment of total gratuities and layoff and entitlements of the staff in the sum of 299.4 million naira. 299.4 million naira.
Also speaking, the Commissioner for Agriculture, Animal Husbandry and Cooperative Society, Dr. Barnabas Mali, disclosed that the Council approved the disbursement of 10,000 metric tons of fertilizer for the 2025 farming season.
It has approved the purchase of 10,000 metric tons of fertilizer, which translates to 200,000 bags of NPK 20-10-10 fertilizer.
In the health sector, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Habu Dahiru, announced that the Council granted several approvals aimed at strengthening healthcare delivery in the state.
Executive Council meeting, the 48th meeting, approved the submission of progress report by the Ministry of Health on the revitalization of primary health care facilities and of health clinics across the 114 wards in Gombe State. You will recall this council approved the revitalization of 82 primary health care facilities to worth 3 billion naira to level 2 facility. And level 2 facility means expanding the labor room, expanding the wards in the primary health care center, providing solar electricity, and also motorized borehole for functional water supply in the place. Then a perimeter fence with a gatehouse, then the staff quarters within the facility. Following the expiration of the Gavi MOU, the 440 personnel were absorbed and retained to continue to provide service by Gombe State government.
Similarly, the Commissioner for Works, Transport and Housing, Honorable Usman Maijama Kallamu, stated that the Council approved the construction of new bypass road to improve transportation and ease traffic flow within the state.
From the Minister of Works, Housing and Transportation, we also submitted a memo and it was approved by the Council. 8.5 kilometer road called Northern Bypass Road Phase 1. The Council deliberated and approved the submission.
From Gombe, Kamal Hamajo, Sun TV News.
The European Union and the United Nations Children's Fund have pledged support to Benue State for the rehabilitation and resettlement of over 4,000 people displaced by a recent attack in Yelwata. During a visit to the displaced persons, both organizations committed to providing aid in healthcare, education, access to clean water, and overall community rebuilding. Governor Hyacinth Alia thanked the international partners for their continuous support. The Nigerian Senate has approved a 485 trillion budget for Rivers State for the 2025 fiscal year following consideration of the report by the ad hoc committee on Rivers State. The legislation authorized the withdrawal of the 485 trillion from the state consolidated revenue fund. The budget includes 120.8 billion naira for the debt serving and 200 287.38 billion naira for recurrent non-debt spending, and 1.77 trillion for capital projects. The Adamawa state government has removed former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from his position as Waziri Adamawa, citing a new indigenship policy. A circular dated June 19 from the Department of Chieftaincy Affairs mandated that all kingmakers and council members must be indigene of the emirate of chiefdoms they represent. Atiku, originally from Jada in Ganya Emirate, was appointed Waziri by the Lamido of Adamawa in 2018, after previous holding the title of Tukraki. The directive, which follows the creation of 7 new emirates and chiefdoms, requires traditional council to submit lists of qualified indigents for official approval. Holders of purely honorarial titles are exempted. While the circular implies Atiku's removal from the Emirate Council, Governor Amadou Fantiri's chief press secretary, Hamwashi Wonsuku, said only the Lamido can determine Atiku's indigenship status. Wonsuku also dismissed any political undertone, stating there is no rift between the governor and Atiku. As the press time, Atiku's camp has not issued an official response. The streets of Yola came alive on Wednesday as the Adamawa state government, in partnership with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, marked the 2025 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, with a vibrant rally and renewed call for prevention, treatment, and strong community engagement in the fight against substance abuse. Some TV correspondent Ojuma Yusuf.
On the live here at Adamawa State, and then NDLEA Adamawa State is coming out to tell the people about drugs, to educate them to stay away completely from drugs. This year's tag for the thing is, evidence is clear, prevention is the way out. So let's stay away from drug abuse and make Kaduna and make Yola, Nigeria, a better place. Thank you for joining. I remember about you. Join us as we go further on the story.
It was a colorful and purposeful procession through the streets of Yola as men and officers of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, alongside with other security operatives, marched in solidarity to mark the 2025 United Nations International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The rally, organized by the Adamawa State Government in collaboration with NDLEA, aimed to raise public awareness on the dangers of drug abuse and the legal consequences of trafficking in illicit substances. With the team centered on strengthening prevention and enforcement, the officers took the message directly to the street, urging citizens, especially the youth, to shun the use of drugs and avoid being used as courier.
Those of you that have not started, please don't start. Those of you that are already into it, please stop. Those of you that are about to start and are having difficulty, please look for NDLEA for help. And those of you that are into the process of help, continue in it.
Speaking during the press briefing to commemorate the day, the Adamawa State NDLEA commander, Barrister Aliu Abubakar, CN, disclosed staggering statistics on the agency's fight against drug abuse in the state. According to the commander, the NDLEA seized over 4 tons of illicit drugs between 2024 and 2025.
Adamawa State Command has recorded a breakthrough arrest and seizure of different types of drugs with gross weight of over 4 tons of different types of drugs. The command has also arrested over 583 drug offenders comprising of 563 males and 20 females. Types of drugs seized include cannabis sativa, also known as marijuana, methamphetamine, which is commonly known as mpulmiri or ice, tramadol, and so many other similar drugs, with a gross total weight of 3,989.6 kilograms. The Adamawa State Command has also secured a conviction in the course of our prosecution of 225 drug dealers before the Federal High Court in Adamawa State. It's also an achievement for you to have secured over 225 convictions.
The event serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for community support, education, and policy enforcement to curb the growing menace of drug abuse in our society. I am Ojoma Yusuf, reporting for Som TV News Yola.
Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak has declared Thursday a public holiday to mark the beginning of the Islamic New Year. 1447 after Hajra, in a statement issued by his chief press secretary, Rafiu Ajake, the governor congratulated Muslims in the state and urged them to reflect on the significance of the Hajj, migration of Prophet Muhammad from Mecca to Medina. He emphasized the importance of peaceful coexistence, mutual respect, and renewed dedication to justice and good human relations. The governor also prayed that the new Islamic year bring peace, prosperity, improve security, and lasting happiness to all families in Kwara State. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Uyo State has raised concern over rising drug abuse among youth, revealing that up to 5 out of every 10 undergraduates are involved in drug use. State Commander Olayinka Joe Fedila made this known during a rally marking the 2025 International Day Against Drug Abuse. He noted increasing cases among children as young as 9 and emphasized the agency's focus on preventing campaign in schools. In recent months, 150 suspects have been arrested and 11 tons of illicit substance destroyed. The agency is also working with traditional and religious leaders to expand anti-drug advocacy across communities. The vice chairman of Oguja local government area in Cross River State, Emmanuel Yakubu, has resigned from the All Progressive Congress, citing persistent marginalization by the party leader, particularly the council chairman, Chris Agba. In his resignation letter, Yakubu accused Agba for sidling him from decision-making, denying him official accommodation, and excluding him from council activities. He also alleged financial betrayal and public humiliation during United Nations High Commissioner for Refuse project. Despite his resignation, Yakubu pledged support for Governor Basi Otu and affirmed his commitment to inclusive and accountability governance. The APC and Agba have yet to respond at the time of this report. The Abia State House of Assembly has passed 37 bills since its inauguration in 2023. Speaker Emmanuel Emerua announced on Tuesday in Umuahia key laws including the 2023 Appropriation Law, the 2024 Pension Reform Law, the Electricity Law of 2025, and the Senior Citizen Law, which provide monthly stipends and free health care for residents aged 60 and above. Emerua praised the Assembly's unit and its focus on people's-oriented legislation, highlighting the 18 bills were sustained in a single day, an unprecedented move in the state legislative history. He He stressed that implementation, not legislation, remains Nigeria's main governance challenges. Benue State Governor Hyacinth Ali has condemned the killing of 2 Kano State indigents by suspected youths in the Agan community in Makurdi. The victim transporting goods to the east were attacked late Monday after stopping to buy a recharge card. Alia described the incident as barbaric and unacceptable, order the immediate arrest of the culprit. 5 suspects have since been apprehended. He expressed condolence to Kano State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf and pledged that justice will be served, reaffirming Benue's reputation for peace and hospitality. Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State has appointed Super Eagles and Udunasa goalkeeper Maduka Okoye as a state ambassador, recognizing his international football achievement and commitment to the youth development. During a meeting at the Lion Building, Okoye outlined plans to launch a charitable foundation and establish a football academy in Enugu. Mba pledged land support for the academy and invited Okoye to participate in the upcoming Enugu International Marathon. Okoye, who featured in 25 Series, a game just last season, expressed gratitude for the honor, describing it as meaningful homecoming. The organizers of the Industrial and Commercial Expo 2025 has rescheduled the event of September 23rd to 25th, 2025 to enhance global participation and stakeholders' engagement. Initially stated for July, the shifted was announced by the coordinator engineer Innocent Ugu following a strategic meeting with the ambassador of Expo. He confirmed that the venue remains unchanged and existing arrangement with the vendors and agencies will be maintained. The Expo themed a strategic move for great global impact, aimed to build African investment visibility, and has attracted interest from over 40 countries across sectors. Ogu urged continued preparation, assuring a world-class event with improved logistics and international collaboration. Former Kwara State Governor and prominent pro-democracy activist Cornelius Olatunji Adebayo has died at the age of 84. His family confirmed he passed away early Wednesday in Abuja. Adebayo served as senator in 1979 and governor in 1983 under the Unity Peace of Nigeria, and later as Minister of Communication from 2003 to 2006. A key member of NADICO, he opposed military rule, rejected an offer from Abacha's regime in 1993, and went into exile in 1996. Following political persecution, he also served as Kwara's Commissioner for Education from 1975 to 1978. The Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Ibrahim Sule Gambari, and the Governor of Kwara State, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, have mourned the passing of former Governor and Minister of Communication, Chief Cornelius Olatunji Adebayo, who died in Abuja at the age of 84. The Emir described Adebayo as an exemplary administrator and elder statesman who contributes significance to the state development during his brief tenure before the 1983 military takeover. Governor Abdul Razak hailed him as patriotic, democratic, and progressive leader, extending condolence to the bereaved family and praying for the response of his soul. We will step aside for a brief commercial break, intermission, but do not go away. There are plenty more coming for you.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559.
Welcome back. Up next, international news. A South African court on Wednesday held the burial of former Zambian President Edgar Lungu mid-ceremony following a legal dispute between his family and the Zambian government. Lungu, who died on June 5th in Pretoria while seeking medical treatment, was to receive a state funeral in Zambia, a plan opposed by his family due to his strained relationship with the president, Hakainde Hichilema. The court, acting on an agreement between both parties, ordered a suspension of the burial, with the case adjourned to August 4th. Mourners include Lunga's widow had already gathered for service when the ruling was delivered. Anniversary protests in Kenya turned violent on Wednesday as demonstrators clashed with police during marches, making a year since deadly anti-government riots. Initially peaceful, the protests escalated in Nairobi, with police deploying tear gas and sealing off key government buildings with the barbed wire. Protesters hurled stones and lit bonfires while chanting against President William Ruto. At least one police officer and several demonstrators were injured. The protests, which also occurred in other countries, reflect growing public anger over high taxes, police brutality, and economic hardship. Western embassies condemned the use of high talks to disrupt peace gatherings, while right groups cited ongoing disappearance of government critics since last year's unrest. Going to the Middle East, Israel Defense Minister Israel Katz has designated Iran Central Bank to other Iran Bank and the Armed Force Link Company as terrorist organization aimed to cut off funding to Iran-backed military group. The move followed a ceasefire reached Tuesday after 12 days of hostilities between the two countries. Katz said the designation targets Iran's terror financing system. Despite the trust, Israel military chief Eyal Zamir stated the campaign against Iran in entering a new phase, maintaining pressure over Iran's alleged nuclear ambition, with Tehran denies. Business news. Through the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, in advancing efforts to tap into Project $712 billion digital trade market by the year 2035, the strategic center on boosting digital infrastructure, local currency payments, and trade integration. Key initiatives include the Pan-African Payment and Satellite System to reduce reliance on the US dollars, a $10 billion adjustment fund to support implementation, and a $1 billion fund for the automotive industry. Tools like the e-tariff platform and transit guarantee system aims to ease trade across borders. Despite progress, challenges remain such as high trade cost week, customer system, political instability, and limited access to market for small-scale farmers. Continued collaboration between African governments and financial institutions is essential for realizing AfCFTA's full potential. On to entertainment news. Nigerian rapper and activist Folarin Falana, popularly known as Falz, has expressed strong disappointment over the country's continued underdevelopment, particularly its unreliable electricity supply, which remain an issue even in 2025. Speaking in an interview with HIP TV, Falz lamented that Nigerians are exclaiming up NEPA. He described the nation's electricity challenges as wild and criticized the poor drainage system that often leaves cities flooded after minor rainfall, calling the situation shameful. Falz also touched on the mental health concern in the entertainment industry, noting that many individuals are silently suffering. He described the industry as chaotic and stressed that many are dealing with the untreated mental health issues. On sport news, the federal government has fulfilled its 31-year-old promises to allocating houses to members of the 1994 Super Eagles team that won the African Cup of Nations in Tunisia. The Ministry of Housing and Urban Development made the announcement on Wednesday, with the former striker Ifeanyi Okuku receiving an allocation letter for a house in Abuja. Presented through his niece, the Housing Ministry described the gesture as a recognition of the team's patriotic service. This development follows a 2022 directive by former President Muhammadu Buhari to implement the long-delayed pledge. Houses are being distributed to team members across various states. And that wrap on this edition of News at 9 p.m. from Som TV. But before we sign off, let's take one last look at the big stories that shaped the day. President Tinubu has commissioned the newly completed Lafia flyover, now renamed in his honor, even as federal government rolls out a dual certification program across 15 federal colleges of education to boost teachers' training nationwide. In Jalingo, residents are beginning to feel relief from the water scarcity thanks to AgriCell-sponsored solar-powered borehole, while in Benue, the EU and UNICEF have pledged support for the safe return and rehabilitation of internal displaced persons. Meanwhile, the People Democratic Party has reinstated Senator Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary and cancelled its pledged NEC meeting citing constitutional irregularities, a move that has drawn strong backing from party leaders. On international scene, Israel has declared several Iranian banks and military-affiliated companies to terrorist organizations following a ceasefire in a bid of disrupt funding for military groups. In business, the African Continental Free Trade Area is spreading African drive toward a project worth $712 billion digital trade market by 2035, with key investment in digital infrastructure and payment system. In entertainment, rapper and activist Falz have voiced his frustration over Nigerian ongoing electricity and drainage issue, while drawing attention to the growing mental health crisis within the entertainment industry. And in sports, the federal government has finally fulfilled a 3-decade-old promise, allocating homes to members of the victorious 1994 Super Eagles team that won the African Cup of Nations in Tunisia. Stay tuned with us for more exciting lineup of programs and updates. I am Teresa Yuba-Dusi. Good evening. Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayments plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559.